Hey kids, it's your good buddy Mark Miller. How you doing?
I'm gonna say they're all doing really well.
They're doing well? All right, fine.
That's my default position.
That's my, you know what his default position is? It's that guy right there. That's his position. Up there too. There's Rory coming in. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, my friend. I've had a good day.
We got you
sunny and happy and yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Just things are good today. You know,
it's good. Well, that's about to change, my friend.
Yeah.
Good. We got you one day this week.
Just the one, yeah. But this is the last week for some time that'll be in any way abnormal. I should be back to the regular 3 days after this.
And in about 2 weeks, I'm out of here. So we're gonna take a hiatus for a little bit. I'm gonna go to the States. Fred's okay with that, and I'm gonna try and get myself a visa to live in Spain. We'll see if that works or not. Let's get the main app up here. Did I even start it up? There it is, right there on the wrong screen. Here we go. Let's show you where we are, and also let's take a look at kind of our, my notes as I'm developing this. As I have ideas, I put them in this space, so we'll take a look at that as well. Okay, here's what the interface looks like now. I have buttons for dropping where the caret position is going to be for this step. So when the step expands, it puts the code. You can say, oh, I want my caret to be like right there. And there it is. Or you can say, I want the caret plus an anchor for the caret, which means I'm selecting from here to here.
So when you invoke a next step from a previous step, that is where you will go to.
Yeah, this will be selected right there, for example, right? Now, I'm going to make this a little smarter than CodeRush templates. Right now, CodeRush templates require things to be very precise. The engine is essentially obsessed with precision, as I think I was when I created it. What I want to do is I want to make it so that it's way more flexible, because this content is going to be created by instructors, by tech writers, right? Not necessarily
people who are domain experts in their knowledge, but not necessarily coders.
Thanks.
Per se.
Exactly. This is why we have Rory here, because when Mark's brain thinks marshmallows, Rory says what he just said.
So, squirrel
and marshmallows. That squirrel's carrying marshmallows.
Squirrels eating marshmallows, juggling marshmallows. Yeah.
I also have this symbol right here for a final target, so I can say, here's my final target. Okay? So, in addition to there being a lack of precision required to get this, in other words, some flexibility. So if I come in here and I say, well, you know what, I want this to be a call out right here, and I specify whatever that text is going to be, like my super call out text goes here, whatever that's going to be, like that, and I specify that. Now if I don't specify an anchor or a caret position, and I've only got one of these in the step, got a gorilla. Wait, what's that guy? It's this. That guy. That's what it was.
Hey, Coding Gorilla.
Hey, Coding Gorilla. Welcome. Greetings.
How you doing? Hope it's good.
Greetings. So if we have something like this, what will happen is we don't have a caret. We're gonna put the caret right there, and the anchor on the other side, so that when we expand this thing's going to be selected because it's the first one, right?
Okay.
But if I have several of them in here and I want to select, say, the third one first, I can come down here and do that. That makes sense what I'm saying, Rory? That'll activate this one.
Maybe missed the step. So the blue highlighted is the call out?
Yeah.
Or is something that the call out adheres to.
Just the call out. So here's
Okay.
another call out here. I just copied the text for simplicity. Can you see another call out here? Like that. And so now when we go in there, that's going to show up there. Yeah.
And so when you press the caret jumps or assumes itself to be around the call out, or have I got that backwards?
What I'm saying
If there's only one.
is if I don't specify the caret here like that, I take that out, then what happens is this one will be selected because it's the very first call out when this step expands.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, so it's as if you put a caret and a selected anchor around it.
Right.
Naturally enough. So in a similar way to those who are familiar with it, we go from field to field in a CodeRush template. Okay, where what you're doing here is you're going from call out to call out. It's kind of
exactly
the inner steps of a step.
Exactly. So that's what it's going to be more flexible. Is all I'm saying. It's more flexible. Normally in CodeRush, if you create something like this with fields and you don't specify a caret, the caret's going to go to the end because it's it does what it's told to do. That's what the engine does. So anyway, I've got these buttons up here. I have buttons to create callouts. I've got a button to create a delete after. So for example, I might have some instruction that says rename this to, new name, whatever it's going to be. And I might want to put an arrow, down arrow here, like that, pointing to some identifier underneath it. So down here might be like void start proc, something like this. So I might have code like this, and then I want to rename start proc to something.
Yep.
So I might do something like this, and then I might say, I might select this whole thing and say delete after I get to the final target. And so now what happens is the instruction will be there until I reach the final target, which I can drop like this. And the final target is I'm just hitting enter through all the fields. So that's kind of what's going on here. So when we get to the final target, it'll delete that. And that's kind of, or if we don't have a final target and we instead have a next step button in here instead, when we click the next step button, that'll be deleted. That makes sense? So I'm just able to put instructions and comments and then remove those instructions.
Yeah, it's almost like the dispose of a step, right? So you're finished with the step, either by reaching the end of it or actively proceeding into the next one.
Right.
This is the sort of cleanup procedure.
Yeah, exactly. I have the ability to add a next step button like this, which requires a click to generate this next bit of code. When I click here, what will happen is CodeRush will erase this line, and where that line was, it will put in the new code, whatever's here.
Yeah.
New code for the new step. Okay? So that's what happens when I click this button. But I can also just click on add step. This is new. I added this earlier today. If I click here, what happens is, here's my new code for the new step. Now I can actually start the next step when we reach the final target. So I might have something that explaining, here's how we modify existing records in the database, for example.
See, that's quite good for steps where you have a lot of small pieces and you don't want to put the big graphical element of a next step button in between all of them. But you don't want to show all of them at once because it would be too much to take on board.
Right, and I don't want to reach for the mouse. I just want to keep hitting enter. And so what this allows me
just incrementally adds pieces as you go, sort of keeping up, just following the next bit. That's really nice, actually. I like that.
Yeah, so it allows me to set up a lesson where I can just hit enter all the way down through it and never reach for the mouse, which I think in some cases might be really, really handy. So
Yeah.
that's what that's what's going on here. I can just click on add step or this button for the next step, and it'll create this. And we've already got the synchronization here. If I start changing one, it changes the other like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can spell sync, whatever, I'll do that. Sync both, and then I can come up here and make changes here. We did that the other time, sync both sides, like that. All right, that's, I think, where we are. That's an up to speed. We can also delete these guys. We can delete the active. Notice the delete button only stays with the active one, so it kind of keeps things a little bit clean, so it's not too messy. I suppose, did I do that as well here?
Sort of a cleanup for...
Kind of. I guess what I'm suggesting is if I click away, these are kind of noise now.
Don't you get back that same problem from before, though? Where, I mean, you can take them away, which does remove noise. That's entirely correct. And that's probably worth doing regardless. But it will leave a gap. And the question is, do you want to do anything with the gap? Because we had this discussion before, and you didn't like the idea that the editor would potentially change size into it and out of it and what have you, occupying and not occupying that space, because that was a level of distraction and a level of difficulty per the size of the content.
Yeah,
it's kind of two different things at most.
You should make that insert step so it inserts as the next instead of just appending. Well, it does, I'm pretty sure. In other words, if I'm here and I go to here, this is new code for the new step, and I say add step, it's going to stick one between the two. It should, at least. Yeah, there it is right there. So maybe I should say insert step instead of add.
And actually, if you look at that, we're not doing our fix-up mechanic there. Mostly because it won't work. You don't have a next step to connect descriptions to next step. So step 1's got to sync both sides, but it's step 3 that actually has the description of sync both sides. So there's a slight disconnect has occurred there.
Yeah, next step. But now I can change this, I suppose. I guess I would need to change that. Let's put that as an issue. Let's mark it as an issue. Right? When we add a new step, we need to resync. Oh, well, that's already in our... That's something it's on our to-do list. We haven't done that yet anyway. I'm pretty sure. We'll make sure.
We have a resync. It's just that the resync doesn't take account of the fact that there might not be a next step because it's an add step that you've just added. If you had previously next stepped an insert, I think that probably would have worked, wouldn't that?
I want to try to delete and see if it resyncs. I don't think it's going to do it. Yeah, it does not resync. So we need a resync once we add or delete all the steps. So here's my to-do list.
Can I ask a really crazy question, which maybe is just completely unnecessary, but do you have any plans for branching steps? Choices that are made in any of these?
Yeah, I'll show you how we'll do the choices. Resync when there's add or remove of the step control. What is that called? Script step control. So branching. Yeah, branching's already totally supported. Branching kind of looks like this. Branching is file-based, so I can come in here and I can, say like, learn about the new topic, learn about the branch topic, and then we can have it open a new file.
Because the button will take you to a named file, you can obviously take it to different named files. That makes sense.
Exactly. The other kind of support for branching we have is with summaries. When I say I want a summary item, it's an optional thing I can click on. When I click on it, it'll expand and say, here's what we learned, or whatever text you have up here, and then followed by some bulleted points. Write data, read data, something like that. Read, delete, something along those lines. We learned basic CRUD, stuff like that. Okay, so that's kind of an optional branching thing as well, where you've got the ability to open a file. Now, I don't have any open file. Oh, I do have an open file. Sweet. I do have that. So that's one way that you can do the branching like that. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's look at our to-dos. Resync when there's an add or remove of the script step control. That's one we just added. Have these 3 buttons at the top enabled when there's a selection. So these only are enabled when I have something selected because they only really make sense when I have a selection.
Sure.
Okay? Like this. Notice that when they all use the same engine and they're all showing callouts, which that doesn't make sense. So we might want to do something like that where we want to say delete after and link buttons should not show the callout. But can show a hint, another kind of hint. Can show a tooltip. Okay? So it might, to explain what they do, to explain what's happening.
I can't remember these various tool buttons that we have at the top. Are they adhering to the individual instance of the editor?
Yeah.
Or are they more global?
Yeah. Well, I guess both.
No, what I mean is you've got one set of them at the top. They're not attached to the individual items in the list.
Right. So when I call
when you say they've got to be enabled based on a selection, it's actually enabled based on a selection in the active box. I guess.
That's correct. I would agree with that. In the active script step control. Okay, delete after and link buttons should not show the callout. So get useful tooltip hints when mousing over highlights and images. So like here, mousing over this, instead of, or selecting it, I suppose, something like that, but yeah, probably not selecting, but mousing over should show a tooltip that says, hey, we're going to delete this after the final target is reached. Or the next step starts, one of the two. Does that make sense? So we want to help people understand what's happening. If I hover over this, I want to see this callout will appear when this is active, when this field is active. So something like that. Here, we're just showing the serialization, the JSON serialization. And what I'd like to do is have a tooltip that's sensible, that shows up in place of this.
Okay.
Okay, that's one of the other pieces that I have on my list. Get useful tooltips when mousing over highlights. Look, I already wrote this down. Okay. Changes to link text. Should change all link selections with matching text. Yeah. Think that would be easier on the writer. But thinking about it.
It's true.
Auto height based on edits. So if I hit enter like this, it keeps cranking this up in size until the whole thing fits.
Okay.
And if I delete, it drops the size. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, that's good. Does it get to a point?
Hey, Weird Beard. Now we can finally write some decent code.
Yep.
Happy Hump Day. Welcome. Yeah, you know, Rory, as I look at this, I shake my head. And I'm like, it's clear to me now what I need to do, what I should have done, and I didn't do.
Oh dear. What's that?
I'm pretty sure. It's clear to me.
It's a brand new car!
Timing.
We should have done the brand new car today. We should have given that away. One of these days,
Sadly,
somebody's getting a brand new car. I'm pretty sure. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I think about it, the more it seems really clear to me. See all of this right here, and even that,
Yep.
and even this right here, and
Yep.
and what else? What else? What else? Give me this right here. I didn't show this, but see this and this,
Ooh.
all of that,
Yeah.
and all of that really needs to go at the bottom of the list box. Just like we've got controls at the top, we need controls at the bottom, I think. I don't know.
That's
What do
an
you think, Rory?
interesting one. Well, I kind of think, I don't know, the stuff at the top is kind of analogous to buttons like bold and italics and insert an image, in that they're all contextually around text that you've got highlighted and what have you. But things like next step are less about the text, although there is a text that gets inserted. It's more about the functionality of bring me to another step, and therefore it's at a higher level of organization. And I kind of like that the next step inherently generates its next step one place further on than the location in which you find it. And to Coding Gorilla's point earlier, it is more of an insert. So depending on which one you hit is where that goes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If it was at the bottom instead, it would lose something.
So
But
what
I'm
if?
not sure.
Yeah, no, I get it. So now I'm thinking it's only visible when it's active, and then I have to click here to get it to be visible. That's my new idea. I think I'm gonna not take any action on this yet, but
It's an interesting choice, that one, because on the one hand, you're absolutely right. It clears the UI, right? It makes it less distracting. It's more obvious what you're focused on. In fact, the definition of which is the active step becomes more obvious, right? If it's only on the active step. You add something to what you kind of force the user to take additional action, which sometimes we sort of try and clear up as much as possible.
Surly Dad is in the house.
Hey, Surly. Surly says
Hey,
Surly
Surly.
bot status.
I think that maybe we're supposed to go to a different chat room. I don't know.
Surly. It's a rookie mistake, man. What about only one step at a time instead of a list and have pagination type buttons? No, I want a list. No, I definitely want a list.
So
wanna
it's
see them.
interesting because the thing that provides the thing that's useful about the list is two things. Firstly, you can very quickly go up and down the list to a given point, right? So if you say, oh, I want to change something at the top, you can go and do that very quickly. The second thing it gives you is the ability to see the pre and post step of where you are relatively easily. So you can get a sense of not just what you're editing, but how you got here and how you might leave.
No, I agree. I totally agree. There's a lot there that I like. I'm also playing with this idea of kind of a clean mode, where when we hit it, these all go away, just flat out go away. Maybe the descriptions do as well, and you're just looking at step after step all the way down, like that, without
That's
the
not a
description
bad
text.
theory. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Because
just
as I
got
was saying, it gives, there's more the user has to do because they have to then actively go and click a different instance in order to make it the active window. But it's not a lot more.
yeah.
And
Hold
you
on,
get a
Shirley.
lot of clarity by not having this.
Shirley said something in the chat room. I'm just going to read it without reading it first. Read it straight up. What could go wrong? Yeah, I'm watching that Mark Miller stream I told you about. The guy is a total fruitcake. Oh! Shirley, you're in trouble, buddy. Look at that finger. It's reaching right out of the monitor to you, buddy. It's coming to get you. You're in trouble, Shirley. You're in trouble. Everybody okay? Did I just lose everyone, even Roy left on that? Did I lose Roy?
I'm still here, bud. I'm here.
Sorry, Surly, that was the wrong camera. Wrong camera, Surly. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of thinking a clean mode is going to be good, especially for reviewing, because adding the steps is kind of basic, but editing after that, you're not going to be deleting and you're not going to be adding new steps. You're just going to come in and you know, rearrange this. So we kind of need a clean mode option. Let's add that. Okay, so we're going to say this clean mode. No step options. Step controls are hidden. Step controls and description are hidden.
You're basically removing everything but step content, aren't you?
Yeah, which I like. So for now we do this. Part of my problem, part of the thing I'm not liking is this orange right in here. It's really, once I start seeing patterns, my brain says, oh, a pattern, that means something. Let's look at it carefully. And
This is a distraction from the business of making steps.
Yeah, I can drop the size of this down a bit and it'll be somewhat effective, but I really want it to go away. But I wanted a way to I needed to have some room for the other controls off to the side. This was a nice compromise, but I think the best solution to this is having a clean mode. Uh-oh, I just kicked something. What did I do? I kicked some USB control. Oh, I see what I lost. That could be bad news. Where are you? Where are you, mister? I think I see one end. Let's just figure this out. This is out. One of my USB hubs just got disconnected, which disconnected one of... It must be here, but I don't see it plugged in there. Following the cable. Wow, it's kind of a mess over here, guys. There it is. There it is. Huh. Let's see, if I hit that button, do I get a wave from Fred? I don't. Okay, so here's what's come out then. Is that it? There it is. Got it. Wow. How we doing? We got it back now? Can Fred wave? Weirdbeard Dev says, what about a focus mode where only the currently selected step is normal color and the other non-selected items are faded a bit? I'm open for that.
Chat room, little bit of feedback. I can't hear any audio.
Those are our sponsors, Brute Force and Ignorance. Also, our other sponsors are...
Let's ship it!
Those are our sponsors. The focus mode is an interesting idea.
Chat room, do you want to give a little indication of can you hear Mark or indeed anything?
Focus mode is an interesting idea.
Can you hear me?
It might be easy to do in the form of just changing the background color.
Oh.
Coding Gorilla says, I can hear
Coding Gorilla can hear everything. So it's just me that can't hear you, Mark. Can you hear me?
I can hear Mark and Rory. Was there some question about whether we could hear anything or not? Like he's hiding in the cupboard? Uh-oh. Oh, you can hear Rory whispering? No, I think that was from the song. I don't think Mark and Rory can hear each other. Oh, I can't hear Rory. I see. Okay. That happened when I unplugged. That makes sense. Oh, no. Let's see. So Rory, talk to me a second, Rory. Let me look at the volume over here. What's going on? I can't hear Rory.
Oh dear. This
Wait,
could
there he
go
is.
very
Now I
badly.
see him. Okay.
So okay, I'll just transcribe Rory for Mark's benefit. There'll be absolutely no errors in this at all, right?
Looks like we lost something here. Let's try restarting here.
Testing.
Oh, I think I can hear you, Rory.
Oh, there we go. You're back.
I can hear Rory.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Surly! Okay, so what we're trying to do here today, folks, is the big bald doofus. Don't you better watch it. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that as my my handle. Is gonna try to do a spike, and he's gone and fluffed up his audio. I did. Oh yeah, I see how I
Audio's
did it.
hard. Okay, it's absolutely. It's,
Especially
for no reason I can see, but
especially when I kicked a USB extension cable open. It was just
Okay.
like whoosh, popped open. It's those big clown feet. Hey, come on, be nice, Fred. Come on, Fred. All right.
Where were we?
Where were we? I'm not sure. I'm just hitting some buttons here to try to control Fred.
Weird
I'm not-
Beard Dev was suggesting focused mode, where the main step you're editing is obviously as it is, but the others around it are faded out a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll write that down. Focus mode. Focus mode, only the active, what am I calling this thing? Script step control. I almost want to rename it to step control. Only the active step control, or the active step control has high focus, or has high contrast. The others have a lower contrast.
Mhm.
Contrast. Okay. Next step option, custom, what is this? Custom, insert this next step line after the final. Oh yeah, we've kind of already done that. I've already built that option. Okay. So that's one set of our to-dos. I got another to-do over here, which have some of the bigger ones we talked about before, pasting images. WYSIWYG editor for callouts without markdown. So when we show the callouts can support markdown, and why not make a WYSIWYG editor for it? I love a bath in pudding. This doesn't bother me. I'm fine. I'm all right.
Hey, pudding.
Hey, pudding. Weirdbird says, hey, old man, need a little help getting focused. Pudding says, I think it should bother you. Item drag and drop to reorder. That's coming soon. I don't know when, though. Option for the next step button to only show that line of code. Next step button is on after the last text fields. We did this. This is also built. I built this earlier today.
Mhm.
Separate undo redo buffers, multi-file persistence. That's way later. That sort of thing. So these are kind of later. Well, you got anything you're leaning towards, Roy? Remember, there's no wrong answers.
Yeah.
No consequences to a wrong answer.
I like the things that give the user an ability to do what they want quicker and more intuitively. So I kind of like any of the button-related things.
Okay. All right.
So, selections, disabling stuff, so you're not bothered by that button being an option because it doesn't make sense.
All right, we'll go after this right now. This one right here. Let's try it and give it a shot. Maybe we can even do it while it's running. So the idea is these buttons should be disabled unless I have a selection. That's what should happen there. Okay, so somewhere inside, let's go find the control. It's this guy right here. Somewhere in here, I think there's going to be a selection changed. There it is, right there. Let's set a breakpoint there. And even if I move the caret, I get a selection changed without actually changing selection. Now I'm going to hold the shift key down and move it. And now we've just selected
some quantity
something.
of selection. Yeah.
Some quantity, yeah. I think I'm not going to do this using edit and continue. I think I'm going to create a new property called has selection. And so I'm going to stop the app for a second. So we'll create a new dependency property called has selection or selected text. Has selection. Selection exists. I like that more. That's closer to what we have in CodeRush. So do selection exists, the type of bool, and...
I'm assuming you're going to use this to abstract away the concept of having a zero length selection, i.e. just a caret sat there.
Right. Yeah, so selection exists will be true if there's no zero length selection, is what's going to happen there. So that selection exists.
I'm not sure it's an issue for right now, but we do need to be also aware of the idea that it's not just the selection that's going to change and affect these buttons. It's also which of the step controls is active, because each of them is capable of having a selection. And if you switch from one that has a selection to another one that has a different selection or that has no selection, that is also a change we will need to respond to. Good
point. And that's why we'll use this property, selection exists is kind of what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so how are we going to track that? Well, we're going to go into here. That's not where we were. Let's go back into selection change. There it is. Look at CodeRush helping me out with when I hit this, nothing was selected. So down the bottom, it's got the recent item right there. You know what we haven't had in a week or so? Yeah, I'm a menace on the dance floor. You do not want to invite me to your party, kids. Coding Girl is right. We haven't had that in a while, in a week or so. Let's see. Where's my selection change? Here it is, right down here. Okay, selection change is here. I think what I need to do is say selection exists is equal to, and I think we got something called script editor. No. What is it? Got to go to the XAML. Do I have a view designer? I don't. I think I'm not seeing it inside this project view designer. I think it has to do with the fact that it's these are linked files. Maybe I'm not sure. Could have a problem in the project files. Okay, hold on. Looking for. I think I should just search for the word script. Script step editor. Its name is the step editor. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. So step editor dot selection. There it is. And you got an exists? No. I got a start and an end. Is there a length in it? No. I guess I'll just have to say...
I guess if start equals end, then it's 0.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Start is not equal to end. That's what I'm going to do. All right, fine. So I've got that. Yeah. Selection exists.
Okay.
I think I want to get a callback. Wait, not here. It's a second parameter here, as I recall. There it is. I want a new property change callback. And I want to pass in selection exists changed, I think. And let's see if we can declare that. And so now what will happen is when that value changes, we're going to get down here. Mm-hmm. All right. Now I want to create a new routed event. There's a CodeRush template REV, and if I do it without the comma, it's going to be maybe really big. And if I do it with the comma, it'll be a smaller version of it, like that. And so we're going to call this selection exists. I want to call it change. I'm about to get a naming problem if I do that, though. Let me hold off on this for a sec, because I want to rename this to on, and then I'm going to copy the rest of that. And now I'll come back up with my routed event handler again one more time. So REV comma, like that. Selection of changed event. Selection exists changed event. It's just normal routed event handler, normal routed event args. We're just going to tell the outside world, hey, things have changed. Hold on though. Let me take this out of here and come down over here and go like that. So when the property changes, raise event. Oh. Aha. Static, and I need to go to virtual. I mean, go to instance from static. So we're going to say, hey, if D is this guy, then we're going to say script control dot, and then we're going to just pass in that to it. Passing in E and D, I think. All right. Let's declare that. Why didn't that declare? A syntax issue?
Where we are?
We're in a static one. I want to create a instance one. Is what I want to do. Let me change the number of it like this. Maybe I can't have an instance with the same name. Is that really my problem? Let's try renaming this and see if... Yep, they don't like it. All right.
See, some languages allow you to access the static from an instance purely by the name. I think that's just a CLR issue rather than a C# issue potentially.
Yeah. Okay, so now whenever the property is changed, we're changing it internally. We're going to call this. This is going to then check to say, hey, are we passing in a script step control? And if we are, then we're going to go call on selection exist change, which is going to come in here and in turn trigger the other event that we just added for whenever that is changing.
Cool.
The selection exist changed event. That thing right there. So now on the outside world, the thing that holds this, oh wait. We're in the thing that holds it. Hold on.
We're in, sorry, we're in an item at the moment, aren't we? So we're holding this value per step, and we need at some stage to go to the list.
Yeah, we need to go outside of the list. You're right. Okay, so let's go to that. That's the training builder control. That's the tool window right here with the list. At some point we create instances and put them in. Create new step is here. And I think this is the only place we do this, that we create it. We might want to verify that, but we're going to come in and go grab that event. Selection exists changed. Like that. Put this down with the other events down there. And then, so now what we're going to do is say, hey, if sender is script step control, then we want to say, we want to go find the container for these three. This SP selection controls, it's a stack panel right there. And so we want to say that dot is enabled is equal to scripts. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Visual Studio. Oh, you see that? Look at that. Visual Studio, good job. Did you see it suggested that for me?
I did.
You like, good job.
Gotta like
Visual
that.
Studio.
Yeah, you gotta like that.
That worked.
All right, that was awesome. I think that's it. That's my last line of code right there. Is it enabled or not? It's equal to selection exists. Oh wait, the second bit of that you described. What happens when we
Yeah.
select a new one? So we want to go to our list box out here. And when we want to look at when there's a selection changed, there it is right there. And now here's our control right here. We have essentially a similar not quite there here. If we're selected, then
no, we want to do it regardless because we might be deselecting as a result. We might be moving from an active one that has a selection to a different active one that does not have a selection.
Right. So what happens is we go through all of these, right? And then we check to see, hey, is the one we're looking at selected? If it is, we let it control what the value is.
But surely if it is not selected, we still let... Oh, sorry, you mean different form of selection. Sorry, that was my mistake. You mean selected as in if it is the current active item.
Right.
Rather than if it has a selection, which is...
Yeah. I think I want to do one more thing in here, though. I want to say found selection, because it's also possible maybe we delete the one that's selected and we don't select anything else. So I think I want to do this. I want to say, just in case, I want to come down here and I want to say, hey, found selection is true. Then when I get down here, I want to say, hey, if not found selection, then I would just want to set this equal to false.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I think we did it. Let's see if we did that and if it works. Okay. Right now they're all enabled. Let's clear it. I just want to see it run because I think it's going to work. There. So as I have a selection, as I lose the selection, see them enabling and disabling.
Really good.
Yeah. So I do that. Now they're enabled. Let's add another step down here. More here. Let's select this. I'm using the mouse now. There we go. Now they're enabled. I'll come up, click up here. Disabled. Click down here. Oh, but I'm going to lose my selection. Well, what if I click here?
It's interesting.
That should keep it. So or if I just click anywhere on here. Let's see, go back up here. Yeah, they're disabled up here, enabled down here. I click here.
Allegedly, there's a selection in the second step, but we can no longer see it because we left and we came back in a way which doesn't show us.
It doesn't have focus. If I tab to it, there, I can see it.
Oh, yeah.
So it is there. So I'm going to call that not bad. It's, clearly there's something going on. If I click up here, if I click on no control, I'm just clicking on the background of this space here, then I should give focus to the script editor. Let's add that as a piece here. If I click on, what do we call that? What's in the background of the, here? It's the dock panel, I think.
Can a dock panel get any kind of use? Is it mouse purely down? Yeah. Or I mean, does it go straight through to user control? There's stuff there, I suppose. So yeah. There's
also a preview mouse down as well, but somewhere in here, we have to work out that code to get that to work. I'm thinking about doing that next. Is what I'm thinking about doing. I think I might do it because then I don't have to write it down here. Let's erase the thing we just created. Yeah, we just did this.
Yep.
Okay, so we fix one problem, we get a new one. I'm just trying to think about the way I want to implement this. It feels like Oh boy, Roy, I'm not sure about this.
What's the conflict?
Well, yeah, no, it's a great question. I'm like, if I'm here, I come up here, and now I come back down. If I click here, I lose the selection immediately. If I'm
Yes.
here and I come click around here, I don't lose the selection, but I've lost focus.
But it sounded to me like you were going to click on, say, description. So ultimately, let's say the user control is what gets the click rather than anything on it. And therefore, you were going to deliberately hand focus to the main editor, which in and of itself should then show the highlight, the selection again, right?
Yeah, but I guess what I think if you're suggesting there may be a real easy way to do this, I think you might be right. But part of my problem is if I click here, I don't want to go focus. If I click in here or in, like, say there's an editor that's up, like over here, and I
See,
click here.
my understanding is that, let's say, if you click in the description box, that click does not then get received by the user control. But if you click description, because description doesn't handle the click in any sense, it carries on up the hierarchy and the user control does receive the click.
So the solution, if that's true, the solution might be as simple as a mouse down right here.
Yeah.
And in that mouse down, we set focus to the editor. Let's see if we get it at all. Looks like, oh, there we go. I got it there. Hold on. If I get it here, no, you might be right, Rory. It's a real fast, easy solution. Here, no. Here, I get it. Okay, I think that's going to solve it. I think we're going to say,
that'd be good.
Script. What did I call it? Script. Or did I call it step editor?
I think it's step editor.
Focus. Let's clear this and see what happens. Oh my gosh, that's what I love, is like a one line of code. Okay, so let's come down here. There's here. Come click up here. Come down, click here. Step editor focus did not make it go. Did not fix it. Is it not
hang
focused?
on. Is the step editor the whole? We picked the wrong. That's weird.
Script step editor. Yeah, that's script step control has a script step editor inside of it. And the script step editor is just a descendant of, where is that? There it is right there. It's a descendant of the rich text box. That's what's happening here.
That's disappointing. I feel like focus should have brought us back there in a safe way.
Hector HSC.
Hey, Hector. Welcome, buddy.
Hey, Hector.
I think you're right. It's disappointing. I have an idea, though. And the reason on why it's not working. And my idea is, hold on. I think this isn't working because it's being called too soon.
Okay. So,
what if we put it instead in a mouse up? That would put it a little later.
I mean, it would, but what's the logic of thinking the timing is what's...
Oh, because what's happening is the mouse down is eventually getting to say, okay, here's the script editor.
Oh, it countermands the focus. So it does focus the step editor, but then afterwards focuses the user control, the dot panel.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so, okay.
Roy's like, at first Roy's like, this is crazy. And then Roy's like, this is brilliant.
As it happens, man has a point. Well done.
All right, let's rename this to mouse up, like that, and see if that fixes anything. rebuild and apply changes.
Can you just rename that? Is there not some attach event thing you also have to change?
Yeah, I did that. CodeRush does
Okay.
that for me automatically, but I forgot that I was doing edit and continue. All right, add step, more text right here, selection there. Come up here. We'll see if the mouse up is. Oh yeah. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Hey.
Now what
Well
happens if
done.
I click here though? Okay, good. And then over here, perfect. Okay, I like it. I'm totally down with it. Here, add another step. We're good. Don't seem to have a selection here. Oh, there we go. I got it when I got here, but not here.
Interesting.
Huh. Now we have a slightly annoying thing that's happening. I guess I'm clicking here, and we lose the selection for a minute. I'm going to be okay with it, though. I'm going to call that minor. Right now, it's like it's better than it was before. Hold on.
Yeah.
You, click on description. That worked. Try it again. I feel like I saw it not work for a second. Oh, there it didn't work. Oh, because what am I clicking on here? The border?
So the border of the box is considered the box, so you're manually focusing it and therefore losing selection.
Yeah.
But you're not losing selection. Hang on.
What's happening is I'm not getting the mouse up.
Right, because the click is weird. I guess that the editor is getting the click, but determining it doesn't need to focus. But because it's receiving the click, it's not passing it through to the dock panel, so you don't get your own up, and you don't. That's convoluted, but understandable.
Right. Yeah. So it's like there's. Let's see where we can click in here. Yeah, clicking there makes it go away. Something else is getting focus in here. Yeah, it's somewhere in this space. Yeah, it's like it's this outer border edge here. I think it's the step editor still. I'm in the right place, step editor. Yeah. It's got no margin around it. There's a grid here. But the grid should be snugly attached to it because there's no margins in here that I see. I'm just
Have
not
we
seeing
got
any...
anything that might be styling a margin? So not from within the control, but from something that it descends from?
No, incredibly unlikely. I would think I would remember creating something like that, and I have no recollection of that. You can use the diag tools at the top window when debugging to see what you're clicking on.
That's a good tip.
Let's do it. Which one of these? No, show and sample live preview, select element. Probably that one. Did I do it? There we go. Huh. Wait. What is the element? Where do I see it? In the live visual tree, maybe? It's a script step control. Well, if it's script step control, shouldn't I get the mouse down? Because I should get it, or the mouse up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I can't get. Let's see if we get anything out here. I do.
Is the dock panel that you're getting the mouse up on only the one that goes left to right and encloses the description, the label, and things like that?
Yeah, but it's the master dock panel. It should sit snugly inside of user control. Notice how, do you see I got it here?
Well, it can. I don't know if it does. It depends how you've architected the structure of the control.
Oh, maybe you're right.
So if you have a dock panel and then underneath the dock panel you have the step editor rather than within it.
No, it's within it. It's not underneath it. No.
Okay.
The stock panel is the child, the single child of the user control. Okay. So now let's see if we fixed it though. I think we fixed it by adding that second event handler there. And good, and good. Okay, good.
See, at that point, I wonder if it works without the handler on the dock panel at all. Because I would imagine the dock panel would always pass through to the user control if it wasn't doing anything with it.
Sure, we could try that. Let's try that fix. Let's try that change real quickly. Pretty easy to just come in here, comment that out. Do that. I think there's one more touch I want to make on this. Good. Good. Okay, yeah, it seems to work without it. So the piece that I want to change, let's get rid of this. That I think is actually going to be kind of interesting. I think you might be like, at first you'll be like, what are you doing, Mark? Yeah, I don't know. That may be a little crazy for you right there. But basically, I want to focus it. All right, I'll rename it. Mouse up or down. I want to focus it when the mouse is down, so that we don't have this stupid, thing where it goes away while I hold the mouse down. That's what I'm looking for. So add step, more text here. Select it. Come up here and. Nothing, these are all disabled. Come down here, click it, they're enabled, that's selected. Let's click down. Oh no, it goes away pretty clearly while the mouse is down. Okay. All right, does not make a difference. Okay. All right, thought I would do it. All right, we're just gonna we'll go with mouse up on it.
Yeah, that's going to be some nuanced code that'll work around that, because you're looking for something that allows for the parent object to be selectable, yet it should not take away selectedness from the child control it has.
Yeah, I think it's more complex.
It's not a case of I want to come back and focus it. You want it to not lose the focus unless its parent loses focus as well.
Yeah. I think I'm not quite following that logic, Rory, but I am following that it is, I think it's going to be complex to get rid of it, is what I think is going to happen. Okay, so we did that. I'm leaning towards clean mode next. Let's see here. Click on delete after links should not show callout. We haven't done that. Tooltips, that's interesting. Changes to link text, change all of it. Resync when there's add or remove or script step control. That's kind of feels like something we could do as well. That's going to be complex, I think. Auto height based on edit is still interesting to me. The clean mode is interesting.
Is implemented differently depending on whether you've got clean mode or not, and therefore maybe that's a clean mode theory first.
Yeah, I think I want to do clean mode first, and then auto height based on edits. That's what I think I want to do. Clean mode.
Yeah.
What's the UI going to look like for that? What is the UI
So essentially,
look like?
a step script control, or if that's the name, is going to hide most of its inherent UI, but not its step editor, if it is not the active one. And contrarily, if it is the active one, it's going to show those other pieces.
No, I actually think we're going to do something slightly different from that. I actually think I'm going to just clean everything up regardless. that you'll never see those buttons to add a step or next step. And the reason why is because in editing this, there's a point where the steps are only the things that change. The content of each step is what changes frequently.
So you no longer want to edit the higher level structure. You have your steps, they're in the right order.
Yes.
Now we're just going to do content editing.
Yes. And that is common. That happens.
That's true.
That happens like at a 20-to-1 ratio. You know, you'll edit a step 20 times compared to the amount of times you edit the structure of the lesson.
Yeah.
So because of that, I want a clean mode. I think the UI is going to be just a separate row of tools up above this row. That's what I think I'm going to do here. And so I'll just put it up at the top, and we'll just do a real simple checkbox that says clean mode. That's what I think I'm going to do. Okay.
So at that point, you've got a clean mode option for your script step control, which just hides things if it's enabled. And if you want to turn it on, you iteratively turn that on for each and every step.
Say that one more time, Roy. I've got, when I hit the checkbox, I'm going to go through each one of these and set its property, right? To
tell
clean
it
mode
to
or
be
not.
clean mode, yeah.
Right? Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. Okay, so let's do that. We've got the toolbar here. This is a horizontal one. I'm going to put this inside another stack panel that's going to be vertical. So we'll do this vertical, and we'll pop this down inside. And then up here, we're going to create another stack panel. Maybe I'll give it a name. And we'll call this SP Big Options, Main Options. Like that. We'll make that horizontal. Why not? And this is going to be checkbox CK clean mode. That text is going to be clean mode. That we're going to say changed. We have a check changed. No. It is check changed? No. It's checked. Okay. And unchecked. Let's do that. Let's see if Hot Reload can get this, because I took something and reparented it, and that used to mess up, really totally mess with Visual Studio and WPF, all of that. What do we got? Clean mode's here, and I got breakpoints. Look at that. I love what the team has done with this. I didn't continue.
So Hector's asking if this is going to be similar to what you have in the Open Learning Code Rush solution. I think arguably the answer is yes. This is a facility that allows people to create exactly that kind of learning scenario.
Yeah. So the idea is it allows people to create content like that, but actually even better than that, because the Open Learning Code Rush solution did not use any callouts at all. Callouts is all new technology, so the callouts are going to be new. And the editor, the fact that we have the editor in there is a big deal, because it's just going to be so much faster to create that content. And that's the goal, is to make it fast and easy for anybody to create any content at all hosted inside Visual Studio, to create any kind of training content. Okay, so clean mode on, we need to go iterate through all of our elements in the items there, something like that. We're going to say set clean mode true. What I missed a...
You lost a brace somewhere.
Closing brace.
Yeah.
Okay, set clean mode to true, and set clean mode to false, like that. And then we're going to come down here, and we're going to say script segment control dot clean mode equals value, like that. Next, we're going to go
Yep.
into script step control. Let me copy this to clipboard. Save me a few keystrokes. Going something on the other screen. That's not where I wanted to go. We can go here. So we're going to create a new dependency property. And we're going to call this clean mode. And that's a type of Boolean. And default value is going to be false. And I want to come in here and do another new property changed. Whoops. New property change callback. Can you give me some IntelliSense here? Okay, here's where Visual Studio could team. Visual Studio team, come on. Well, hold on. I'm not quite there. I'm here. Oh, they got it for me. Never mind. Disregard. And this is going to be a clean mode changed. And I guess I'm going to preface it with the word static. And we're going to go declare that. And then we're going to say, hey, if D is the script segment control, like that, then I'm going to say this dot clean mode changed. Do that clean mode changed. And I really don't think I need anything else on there. Just that. And now in clean mode change, so we're going to say, hey, if clean mode, or maybe we don't, we can do, yeah, I think we can do that. If clean mode, we're going to say, maybe this, set additional control visibility to visibility.collapsed. Oops. .collapsed. That's if we are in clean mode. Otherwise, we're going to do this and set it to visible. Good with that? And now we're inside here and we're going to say, okay, what is it? What are the names of those controls? Let's go find that XAML for it. Here. And what do we have? We have...
So I'm wondering if you can get away with just the dock panel. Does the dock panel, or one or two dock panels, contain sort of the whole sets of stuff?
Right, that's what
Because then you have a dock panel, then the editor, then another dock panel, and that's it, essentially.
I agree with you. So there's the top one, right there. This one's unnamed. This is the one we want. DP step control panel, like that. Let's see if it'll. I think we'll be able to do it. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Because all of this looks right to me. What did I miss? It can't get that. Maybe I have to delete it. I appear to have no errors. Shoot. All right, fine. We'll reset it. We're getting close, I feel.
Yeah.
Clean mode. All right. Let's try it now. Oh, no, there was an error somewhere. What's my error?
Oh. Okay.
That would have been nice while I was doing edit and continue. Help me out.
Oh, look, it's right on the end there.
All right. Try again. There we go. That doesn't look good. I think I changed the dock bottom attached property. We lost that here. Wait. No, it's not here. It's in the other one. It's in the training. This one here. Yeah, this lost. I think this right here. Okay, that needs to come up here. Is that right? There we go.
That looks better.
Does look better, doesn't it?
Mm.
Clean mode checkbox. Let's set some margins on this thing. One of my favorite coders templates is M0, like here. So it allows me to individually set the different margin pieces. So I can say 10, then hit enter for the rest, like that. There we go. Clean mode, maybe not 10, maybe 6. Better. Okay, so now let's add a step. And then we got a couple of these clean mode. Clear the breakpoint. Clear the breakpoint. And what happened? Did it work? I like it.
Yeah, kind of did. Looks good.
Okay. That's checked off. Yeah, clean mode is awesome,
Nice.
right? It totally gives you a sense of what's happening inside of here.
The busyness is now within what you're doing rather than all the way around the outside, distracting you from what you want to do.
Exactly. I'm about to do work on next on the height here. So clean mode is done. I love it. It's awesome. Auto height based on edits. I think that's where I'm headed next. How you doing, Ray? How much time you got? You got about 10 minutes, don't you?
Yeah, about that.
About 10 minutes? All right. Okay. So let's get on auto height based on edits. We have some
Okay, so
code.
remind me, what's the idea that you want to do here? So this is you're editing, and rather than scrolling, I guess, because the content would have to scroll off the top, you want to extend the height of the panel you're in to accommodate, as far as possible, the whole of the text it contains.
Yeah. So if I hit enter here, like that, I want the height of this to adjust so I can see all of the content in the script piece.
Mm-hmm.
Enter, enter, enter. It keeps coming down here like that automatically. Similarly, if I delete, it does this as well.
Okay.
That's what I want. That's what I mean when I say auto height.
We need
based on
to
edits.
acquire, I guess, the height of the content, and plus or minus some quantity, apply that to the height of the item.
Right. We also have to find out if we're in clean mode or not, because that's we're also gonna want the height of this if it's visible and the height of that if it's visible.
Yes.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's do that. We can also override that. We're only going to adjust it when there's a text change. In other words, I can come in here and drag this up to some small level or that sort of thing. Also, oh, look at this though. This is an impact of the last change we made. This used to make a lot of sense. This right here, the min height, used to make a lot of sense when I wasn't in clean mode, right? Because I could do that, and it's like, yeah, that's reasonable. You can see 1, 2, 3.5 lines of code.
Yeah.
Right? But now with clean mode, it's like too high, like there. So what we should do is consider changing our min height property in this, I think. Where is that min height property? I was expecting to see it up here near the top. Oh, there it is right there. Min height. There. On the dock panel. Okay, I guess we can need a name here too. We're going to call this DP script step control, like that. And so when we change clean mode, we can come in here and make some additional pieces of information here. So here we can say this dot min, oops, hold on, let's do that. Hot reload. Now can we see it? Got min height. Not coming in. Why not? Script step XAML. Script step control XAML. DP script control. It's just not going to take it during it without any continue. Not going to let me do anything on it, I guess. Let's just try setting it to 160 here and see if that'll work. Nope. All right, fine, stop. And then up here, this is going to be something smaller. maybe we could do it like this. I don't know if actual height's going to be real or not at this point. I've always kind of had a problem with it, but we'll see what's see what's going on with it. Description and step control panel. Set a breakpoint here. Let's set a constant, declare a constant here. That's going to be our min height with controls. I should actually totally do the opposite of these, is what I should do. Instead of subtracting, I should add. But I'll do that after we find out if this is going to work or not. I need a breakpoint here. Okay. Okay, clean mode. And what do we got for actual height? Nothing. Big fat nothing. What about for height? What do we have for height? Not a number. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm going to add this as a to-do.
Okay.
Make the sizing work well. Instead, I'm going to come in here, with controls, min height, without controls, and we're going to come in here. We'll make this, like, say, be about maybe 90. Okay. All right, so what do we got? We go into clean mode and, whoops, clean mode. And now can we go there? Can we get out of clean mode? And now we get out of clean mode.
It's interesting. Min height isn't reflexive in that if you change it and you're smaller than it, it doesn't push back. Is that what we're saying?
That's the case. We're going to have to add some code to fix that, I think, right there. Try again. Go to clean mode, get out of clean mode. And so now we're going to say, hey, if that height is less than min height, then we'll set them equal to each other. Try that. Yeah, look at that. Totally was it. That's interesting. Wait.
Yeah. Hang on.
Code worked, but it didn't do anything. So it set the height of the DP step control, but it didn't readjust the other pieces inside. That's what it looks like.
You're setting it to itself. You're not changing anything. Oh, sorry, min height. Oh, no, I missed that.
And you can see that it was 160 when we last came in here. So I am changing it. It's really a little bit interesting. It's like actually a lot interesting here. The other thing is, look, I've lost the bottom of it. I can't click and drag it anymore on here. I can't access the other pieces in here. Like, I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Yeah.
What's this guy right here? That's the list steps. Yeah. That's the step editor. I just want to repeat it. I want to start it again.
Yeah.
Okay. So I come up here like this. And then I get out of clean mode. Yeah, it's reproducible. It's reproducible if I change the size of it. And then I'm out. I'm stuck. I can't get back in there again. So
Is this an order problem? So you have to change the height.
I was totally just thinking about that, Roy. Like that, right there. Is that what you're suggesting?
Maybe even one line higher. But I don't know.
Let's try it. It's a great idea. Can that even work? I think I've got something in here where somebody's able to say, "Does this even work?" I remember.
Mother of pearl.
That's the best one I got. Okay, so I think we're restarting. Wasn't thinking that. He was thinking about bacon. Okay, add step, clean mode, shrink, get out of clean mode. Yeah, we're not in good shape here.
Well, you've got the description back this time.
No, that's in the second one. The second one I didn't change the size of. I didn't change the size of it.
But you've got description in the first one.
Change the size of the second one.
It wasn't coming back before.
And, oh, I've got description up here, you mean?
Yeah.
Right, of course. Because it needs to know. It needs to know if it's the first one or not, and it doesn't know. So it's just directly coming in and setting visibility to visible. Right?
Yeah.
We need to somehow know if it's the first one or not. Maybe we're going to change this. So we got to fix that. That's like a different piece. This is really interesting. All we've done is changed essentially. Well, we did add this code here. If we get rid of this, wait, I have another idea. We have code. We have a splitter. Panel stretcher.
Oh, okay.
Shoot. Panel stretcher has no name. The panel stretcher is what allows us to change the size of it as we're moving it up and down. The dock should remain the same. It should stay visible. I wonder if there is a rearrange your children call we need to make after we've changed the height.
Sort of recalculate everything positionally.
What do I have with the word children? No, just that in. Yeah. Layout. Update layout. I'm just doing a guess here.
Hmm.
Did that work? I think that worked. All right, so we can adjust the height, but then we have to call update layout, and if we don't, we're messed up. So now I've got more text down here. This is that panel stretcher control. It's a control I created to just allow us to be able to click and drag like this. So we go to clean mode, and whoops, why is this not in clean mode? And also, this is not...
The bottom one's now suffering the same problem as the top one used to.
Okay, there's clean mode. Sorry, hold on. There's not. Okay, first of all, my brain is now working, apparently. I'm now seeing the checkbox here. So this is correct. That's correct.
Right.
This is correct.
But you haven't shrunk the top one, and the bottom one is below the threshold of size, so it's the same effect as before. Just applying to a different item in the list.
Clean mode. Oh, maybe it is? Did I just think it was fixed? Oh my gosh, Roy.
I think so.
I thought it was fixed. And it wasn't at all. It was just my eyes and confusion all, leading us here. Okay, so left layout didn't solve it at all. Sorry about that, Rory. Roy's
That's
like,
all right.
oh, Mark. Come on.
Well, unfortunately, we've reached the point of the show where I must vacate. So I will see you on Tuesday when we resume our very temporary, regularly scheduled appearances.
Yeah.
Before you disrupt the same theory.
Yeah.
In any case, Mark, have a great time. Hopefully we'll see this fixed when I resume with you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, and yeah, I'll catch you then.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Coding Gorilla, good point. I've now changed it. That all happened when we changed the order of this. Let's try that. See if we get at all lucky. And I'm willing to add my new layout call again. Okay, that's good. And nope, that's not good. So when we exit, when we exit clean mode, we're kind of messed up. Let's try one more bit with the layout. Update layout. See what happens. Leave a call update layout on the main window? Fine. So update layout, we'll set a breakpoint here just to see when it's coming in. Not at all? Oh, because the height, we've already kind of caused a problem, I suppose. Everything's good now. Do that. Get out of clean mode, or go back. Yeah, get out of clean mode. Now we get the update layout call. Nope. Still messed up. All right. My suggestion is to run away from this. That's my suggestion. I'm going to get rid of this and this. Not setting min height at all. Getting back to the simple doesn't work well. Different min heights. Okay. Okay, clean mode is there. And now I just want to take my min height and drop it down. So I really don't like how low that is right there. Make it 90. Fine. So that's good. Get out of clean mode, and we're like in this kind of messy state here, but all right, I'm okay with that. All right, let's work on the edits. Let's do that. By the way, here's what I think about our last adventure in trying to get the min height working. Really? I'm not flying? That's a massive fail.
Yikesters!
Yeah, I'm not flying. Well, that's probably related. Do we think it is related to Pulling the plug on the USB port. Connection, yes or no? I'm going to say it looks like a yes. I'm looking to see, there's an app that should be up and running that's not up and running. And I think that might be related to it. Let's see if we start it up, if we'll connect. The D&D app is not running. It was running earlier when we started the show, but it's not now. Maybe somehow I closed it? Okay, now it's working. Everything's normal, kids. All right, let's look at how we're calculating the height of the call out. We figured this out already with our call out. Was it here? Nope. Then it is very likely here. Or maybe in this other partial class. Check the partial class first. Okay. Calculate flow document height. Takes a flow document and tells you how big it is. Got some show diagnostics options as well. So we're going to have to lose the diagnostics if I want to turn this into a useful piece, I think. All right. Let's play with this for a second. The diagnostics were really only needed to create this method to begin with. So we don't really need the diagnostics anymore. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Hold on. I'm just noticing a couple other things. Get min height. Okay. Lowest block so far plus bottom margin. Let's do this. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take out just this bit right here to get the lowest block. Get lowest block in the flow document. I'm going to make that public, static. And I think that's good right there. Get lowest block. Next, let's, we want to call this, I think I actually want to put this somewhere else. I have no great, yeah, I think I want to put something here is what I want to do. Let's do that. Okay, flow document helper. Should have double clicked it. Visual Studio is trying to open up 2015, I think, for that. Oh yeah. Can I see the other one? I don't see it. Okay, I know why. Let's go edit the project file. Go find theme.cs. We're going to duplicate that, and we're going to go with flow document helper, like that. Flow document helper. Do I have the coder source code up? I don't. Let me start that up. Okay, bringing up the coder source base. Hector's asking a while back, is this the new machine? It is, Hector. The new machine. All right. I want to go find theme.cs. There it is. Close it down. Flow document helper. I want to go include in project. All right. Back over. With this, I'm just going to save this. This is just so that I've got that in the coder source code base. Back over here. There it is, flow document helper. And now we're going to get rid of this and create a new class, static class called flow document helper. In fact, I should be able to, I don't even really care about the name here. I should be able to just hit the coder's key, rename type to match file, like that. And I need in here this method get lowest block. Flow document helper, get lowest block. System windows for this. Okay. Okay. Now, when there's any text changed, event, let's go back into our script step control. Oh, we're going to have to solve the problem that was kind of getting Rory and I before, is we're going to have to be able to adjust the height of this and have everything still be correct with regards to placement of everything. So that might be a little tricky. Text changed. Go into the editor. That's a descendant. The editor is the descendant of the rich text box. I think we might be able to work with it here. We've got a text change event handler here. So whenever the text changes, like that. Some hints here, maybe. It has no effect if neither the arrangement nor the measurement state of a layout is invalid. So we might have to invalidate before calling. Redo the entire layout. Got it. Yeah, is arrange valid? Set it to false. That's an interesting idea. Okay. Lowest block is not equal to the last lowest block. Then we want to say last lowest block is equal lowest block. Okay. At this point, I think I just want to set a breakpoint here, make sure this is all working as expected. So if I make any change here, we should get the event once. No? Interesting. If I hit enter, will we get the event? What's going on? Wait. Ah. We're getting out of the code right there. Okay. Run. Okay, so now we should get it once. There it is. The 196 is the lowest block. And now nothing until we hit enter. Now when we hit enter, good, we got 215. Okay. Now what are we going to do? Is it as simple as saying height is equal the lowest block plus something? I don't know, say like 20. Is it as simple? Height's not a number. Yeah, I think we need to do an event. We need to bubble it out, and in the other space, we need to see how much space it wants. That's what we need to do. All right. Ideal height change event. Call that from down there when we modify this. Following the link for is a range valid is a read-only property, but says you can call invalidate a range. Okay, sweet. So we'll try that from the outer side of this when we pick this up outside of back under script control. And this guy right, hold on, this guy right there. We're here and we're going to go up to there. That's where we're going to go send this event to. So on ideal height change is there. Oh, one other thing I just realized, I just want this to be getter only. Ideal document height. Okay. Now, somewhere in here we've got a new instance of this guy. No instantiations of script step editor? I don't think that's true. Is it because it's in... It's in the XAML. Okay, we're getting that now. The ideal height has changed. Let's set a breakpoint here and see what we have, see what the properties are of the the pieces that are involved. One of the pieces is the step editor. The other one is the description, the height of this guy, whatever that's going to be. Which I think before we said it was, we couldn't figure out what its actual height was, like 0 maybe. That might have been because it was collapsed though. and this guy. And then we also have the panel stretcher, which is a control I wrote, which is, we might need to move. It has no name. All right, let's run it. Okay, let's see what we got. Maybe what I should have done is just taken that and done a quick watch on it. Yeah, actual height and width are both 0. Visibility is collapsed, so that actually may be okay for that for right now. Yeah, that's description. That makes sense for the very first one. Let's go do a quick watch here. Oops, wrong key. Don't see quick watch here. I think it's Control F9 is what I think it is, but nothing's happening. Do I have to have it not in a comment? I'm missing no breakpoint either as well. I'm not sure what's happened here. Did I maybe start without debugging? It looks like I'm still in debug mode. Oh, I'm out of the breakpoint. All right, let's try again. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Coding Gorilla. Quick watch, Shift F9. All right, this is control panel. This one should be visible. Visible, it is. Okay, what's your height? Actual height is 44. Okay, cool. So we have an actual height here. So it seems to me that we can come in and say the height of this entire thing. We can say height is equal to step editor dot height, no ideal height, ideal document height, plus dp description dot height plus dp step control panel dot height. And there's still a little bit more we have to add to this. I'm going to just throw plus 20 on that. We just need a little bit extra on that. Let's just see if we do that and nothing else, what happens. Lasamat, welcome. Does it change the height? Let's turn off the breakpoint a second. Yeah, height's not a number. Height's not a number? Which one of these is not a number? Oh, the description height is not a number. Okay. The other one, though, is... Oh, it is as well? Wait, what happened? I thought we went in here and we saw actual values for them. Oh, it's actual height. Okay, my bad. Actual height. Actual height. Let's try now. See what we get. It is kind of changing the overall height, but it's not doing the layout of the pieces inside. Is it true? It's not changing the height of the step editor either. Let's do this. Let's put this up here. What are we building, asked Lasamat? We're building an editor for training, creating interactive training solutions in Visual Studio. that's what we're doing. So we've already kind of worked and built an engine for hosting interactive training sessions in Visual Studio. And now we're creating an editor so we can very quickly create training on any topic at all, where you basically can create training and put it in a solution and then give that solution to somebody. They can open it up and they can interactively go through the training, do the steps that are the parts of the steps needed to learn. That's what we're building. How are you doing, Lassamat? Always good to see you. Okay, so I want to set the height here, and then I want to come down in here and use height instead. And I almost want to say this is equal to that plus 10 maybe, and then I'll take that to a 10. And these are two different 10s here. We'll turn these into constants. If we can get anything close to working here, all I'm trying to do is get something close to working here. We're about to try and validate layout if this fails. Let's see what happens. Huh. Oh yeah. Not quite right. So you notice this bottom one is out? Yeah, that's not good either. We need to get at least a min value in there for that too. So let's do that. Math.min, sorry, math.max. And we'll say, all right, do that. Doing it, but went in the rabbit hole of programming WPF at work. A web API freelance, and Kotlin app for my university studies. It's fun, but takes up lots of time. Yeah. Okay. So now, all right, that's getting a little bit bigger. So it's a little bit going on here, but we needed to get the layout of the whole thing working. So we're going to try that. What is it? Invalidate arrange, and then call update layout. And this is inside our script segment control, which has all the UI pieces in it. Last minute's talking to Surly, but says, when I was younger, I was really hyped about Berlin. Now I just find it uncomfortable and try to be there as little as possible. All right. Okay, let's see if there's any hope at all in this. I'm going to say that's a big fat no. That is not doing anything. If we come down here and we grab this and move it, that's not bad. The problem is this height. I think the problem is setting this height is not really what we want to do. Maybe we don't want to set the height here. Try that, but then we had different problems when we did that. Yeah, this is all messed up because we've set that height once. If I create a new one, it's not messed up. It grows and shrinks automatically. Hello? Yeah. I feel like we're close, but I feel like we're far enough away that I'm not going to get this tonight. I got to give it some thought. I'll be working on this tomorrow, no doubt. Trying to figure out how to make this work. Want to make this really great. Whatever I figure out, I'll let you know at the start of tomorrow's show on that. Trying to get these to auto size. That's what we're working on right now. And any other resources I can go to. I hate ending the show and then like figuring it out a few minutes later. I want to make sure I'm not that close. I don't think I am. I have an idea. One sec. It's maybe not the height I want to change of this. Maybe it's the maybe it's this, the dock panel, that I want to fix here. And maybe the invalidated range and update layout are still good. Let's just try that. Do we have any luck at all in that? So down here we've lost it. That's it. Nope, didn't quite work. It's the min height, it all works okay, but then nowhere down here. Wait. Could it? No, I was thinking, could it be that we're changing the height of the text box item and it's not adjusting its height? But when I drag this up and down, that also changes it. But this is in this panel sizer that I wrote. What's going on in it? Panel stretcher. All we're doing is setting the height or the width in this. Nothing else special. Yeah, nothing interesting there. So no clues there. Okay. You think so, Coding Gorilla? Parent window. So do I have a parent window? You want to just go get it? Yeah, it's the list box control that I really care about. Is that true? Yeah, I guess it is. But it's not the list box, actually. The list box, no, it just has steps controls inside of it. All right, we'll try that. Parent is a list view. What do we think about that? Going up to the list view. That's brute force. I don't have a good feeling about it. Yeah, it's still cut off right down here. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Oh, wait a second. Try one more thing. This might actually just be all we need. We didn't set the height of our user control to that amount. Yeah, I think that's true. But I think we're kind of doing overkill here. I think this might be, this line that we just added is going to be helpful, I think. Let's see how, if we get anything better here. Oh yeah. There we go. And we still got this thing in view. Something happened real quick. I'm not sure what that was. Okay, this one's screwed up, I think, because we set the height on the run, maybe? Is that true? Step editor height. Let's see we run it again if it's still screwed up at the top, on the top one or not. Okay. That's as expected now. Now let's come in and start adding. Oh my gosh, this is so much better. Okay. Now let's see if we got overkill. Hold on. Let's just keep going. More text here. Yeah, I do like that. That's looking like what I want to be able to see. Add next step. Let's go into clean mode. Clean mode's got a little extra it's showing. Is that because of the min here? Yeah, I think that's the min. Oh, but look, I'm losing stuff here at the 90. I wonder if it's because I've got a min height setting for the document height. That could be messing with this. See if I get min height anywhere else. Nope. Well, I do have a min height here. Could that be related? I think that was related. All right, now that's looking pretty good. Oh my gosh, that's way better. Turn off clean mode. How does it look? Are we in trouble? Well, we're kind of in trouble when we go off of clean mode. But I think we can go back and make another attack. This is the problem we were trying to solve when we were working with Rory, is to adjust the heights of these automatically. And I think that the piece that we were missing was that we needed to set both the height of the user control and the height of this guy. Let's figure out, first of all, let's figure out what's overkill. I'm going to start by commenting out this. And we're in clean mode, so let's see what's going on with that. That looks like it's still working. Good. Good. Okay, that feels good. So that was overkill. We really only needed to set the height, it looks like. Which actually is reassuring because the panel stretcher was only setting the height. Let's see if this is overkill. That right there. No, that was not overkill. Okay. Yeah, Overkill Productions, that's what we do. That's what we do. Fred's got some plans, I think. Right? All right. Well, that
That worked.
worked. That was awesome. Okay, now I promised I was going to get rid of these hard-coded numbers up in this space right here. It's a good party. That's why we're here, kids. Let's get a. We're going to call this step editor vertical margin. We'll set that equal to 10. We're going to grab this one here. And then we're going to have the script control. We'll have its own vertical margin as well. Keep it at 10. Then step editor height. That's going to be equal, oops, I meant to make this a const. It's going to be equal to 30. Okay, I'm glad we attacked that problem, because it's way better to end the show with things working than to be like, yep, I'm going to have to come back tomorrow. Okay. We need to look at when the clean mode changes and see what we can do there. All of this code here can be extracted into a single method called resize to ideal height. And that can be a nice big fat public method like that. Resize to ideal height. Then we outside somewhere we've got this clean mode changed. There it is right there. Is it as simple as simply just calling resize to ideal height on like there? Let's see what happens. So clean mode. There was some text here I didn't see. Let's go back here. Clean mode, off. I can see the text. On. I can still see the text. What about more lines here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And turn it off. And I still see all of it. Sweet. And on. And I still see all of it. So there's some glitch at the beginning. I'm not sure what caused that, but if I can't reproduce it, I could chalk it up to an edit and continue state. So things were a little bit weird there. A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's go make this go full screen here. Clean mode is off. Clean mode is on. Yeah, that's working nicely. Seems to be working well. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what the feel of this, I want this to be. Nice. Okay, I'm going to call that a show, kids. Feel pretty good about that. Thanks, everybody, for your help. Appreciate everybody hanging out with me and, helping out. Coding Gorilla, especially your assistance today, it was incredibly valuable. Let's get a raid going, and we'll get out of here and send you off on your way.
You're welcome.
Yes, we'll send you over to comfy corner of InstaFluff. Appreciate the assistance there. Definitely appreciate it. See you guys later. Lassimat, Surly, Weirdbeard. Fun time as always, Weirdbeard. Thanks so much. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.